What's up, guys? Welcome to another story time. I'm playing Killing Floor. First person shooter. I'm not the best at first person shooters, so I'm sorry about that. It's just like a little bit of filler gameplay while I explain my story. You know how it works. So anyway, everybody has that friend that they just don't like. Like, I talked about this in my last video. I'm gonna call him Rob or Ron. I keep switching between I don't know what I'm going for. But anyway, like, sometimes people have, well, at least for me, we had this friend, we didn't really like him that much, but there was just like the few times that, you know, we didn't mind him that much, like we could handle him. Like, he's the guy that I was talking about that smeared like shit on this guy's door in my other video. Anyway, like, this guy was just like the biggest asshole like ever. Like, he would, I remember I lived in this small town, and then he lived in the town over, and then my other friend lived there, and he would charge him to get a ride up to where I lived. And he would charge him like $20 for a ride. And he was going there anyway, and it was a 15-minute ride. It was just a complete ripoff. Like, he always charged him. And then, like, there was this other time, like, this whole fucking thing, he's just like super sketchy. Like, he was always been into like different kinds of drugs and shit. Like, he would do this thing called like robo tripping, where he would just take like fucking like pound like bottles of fucking Robitussin and just trip the fuck out. He would do like he was like, his drug of choice was like marijuana. Like, he would there was, I didn't usually get conned in his stupid schemes, but sometimes my friends would. Like, he told my friend, he's like, yeah, if you front me like $300, I'll just go buy like some weed and then I'll go sell it and I'll make like a profit off of it and I'll give you $400 back. And so my friend got conned into doing that, and he basically got fucked over. Like, it was a weird situation. This guy Rob, his mom is like a fucking weirdo. Anyway, so, like, what happened is he went to Rob's mom or whatever and was like trying to get this money back, and then his mom's just like, give me $300 first and then I'll give you your $300. And so, like, it was supposed to be so that he knew what it felt like to give away $300 like that, and he's like, it's like, I already know. I loaned him the $300. Like, you idiot. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, this guy, he was just a real piece of work. Like, he's always trying to fuck people over. He used to come over to my house, like, because I used to live with a couple roommates, and like, my roommates were friends with him, and like, most of the time I just didn't talk to him. And what would happen is he'd come over and he would like fucking like, he would jack up the thermostat, and I'm like, dude, it's hotter than fuck. Why are you touching my thermostat? Like, what in the fuck? Like, this shouldn't be hard to explain. Like, don't touch my thermostat. And he just didn't get it, and he kept doing it. And so I just ripped the thermostat off the wall, because I was just like, fuck you. It's hotter than hell. It's my house. I shouldn't have to deal with this bullshit anyway. And he just, like, he'd make stupid excuses like, oh, I'm skinnier, and like I need to be warmer. And I'm just like, dude, go to your own house and spend the night there. Like, don't fucking sleep on my couch. Like, get the fuck out. And then, like, this guy, so he went up to Oregon, and like, everybody was just like, I was just like, yes, he went up to Oregon, I don't have to deal with his ass anymore. And like, I guess he went up to Oregon because his aunt and uncle, like, they like, I don't know, I guess they basically, they have like a marijuana farm or something up there, so he went up there. I don't know, dude. This guy's a fucking nut job. Like, one of the other things that pissed me off is like, anytime I've ever had like a girlfriend or something, he would just like try to like talk to my girlfriend and say this bullshit about her. Like, I swear I was dating this chick for like a month, and like, she just like never wanted to like have sex, basically. And so he told her, like, I kept trying to get her to, like, do something. And then he's just like, yeah, you know, as soon as you do that, like, he's gonna dump you. And I'm like, dude, fucking butt out. Like, fucking stay out of my relationship. And then he was, like, hitting on her. I'm like, dude, fuck off. Anyway, this guy was just a real fucking tool, real piece of work. Well, here's, like, a story that he told me that is just complete bullshit, but so funny. So, he went up to Oregon, he was living there, and he went to, like, this fucking party, I guess. And he swears up and down that he ran into, like, James Franco and, like, Seth Rogen. And he's like, yeah, they were using, like, fake names so I wouldn't know that they were them, but it was them. And I'm just like, dude, are you sure? Like, I mean, you're kind of like a drug addict. Like, are you sure you weren't just, like, fucking high? Like, he's like, no, it was them. I'm just like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he said that, like, at this party he showed, like, everybody his drawings, and everybody thought they were, like, so cool. And this guy's fucking just fucking stupid. Like, and then he, like, this is the part that's, like, starts where it starts getting fucked up. Like, he said that he, like, met this, like, really old chick, like, this older woman that was at this party. And I'm guessing she was probably, like, in her 60s or something. And, like, this guy was probably, like, 22 at the time. And, like, he said he, like, made out with her, and he said he's, like, I guess he was, like, so high or something that it didn't feel like he was making out with, like, a 60-year-old woman, I guess. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I mean, I'd have to be on some shit to do that. Like, this is just weird. I don't know. I guess, like, kind of like cougar thing, but I don't know what she looked like. Maybe she was, like, pretty hot. I don't know. I don't see how, like, a 60-year-old would be really attractive to, like, a 20-year-old. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And, like, the part where it gets, like, fucked up is he said he knew these guys had ecstasy, right? And so he, like, pretended like he was gay, but, like, the stuff that he did was gay, so he could score some ecstasy. And he ended it, like, I'm not gonna, like, really list any details, because it's just kind of fucked up anyway. But he basically had a threesome with these two other guys to score some ecstasy. And I'm just like, what? Like, what the fuck? I'm like, you have to have a problem at that point. Like, I don't care if you're gay or anything. Like, I'm not saying being gay is wrong. Like, I don't care. Like, to each his own. But if you're fucking, like, pretending you're gay to score some ecstasy or whatever the fuck this is, like, even any kind of sex or drugs is just fucked up anyway. Like, this is just, like, fucking weird. And, like, tells me about that, and then he comes back to, like, my town, and, like, all of a sudden he's, like, super, like, gay. And it's like, I don't, like I said, don't have a problem if you're gay, but then he started, like, hitting on everybody. And, like, I get uncomfortable when a chick hits on me if I don't like her. So if a dude is hitting on me, I'm just gonna tell you to fuck right off. Like, this is just weird. And, like, he kept, like, hitting on all my friends, and he was, like, hitting on me, and we're just like, what in the fuck, dude? Like, no. Like, fucking stop. Like, you're crossing the line. This is too much. And, like, this guy was just fucking, like, he kept trying to, like, get with, like, everybody. And it was just like, dude, we're not gay. Like, give it a rest. Like, it's just creepy. And, like, yeah, so that's basically my story. Like, guy goes up to, like, Oregon, and, like, the guy is nuts. Like, he dated this chick, like, that was deaf. And he was telling me that he, like, banged her, but, like, he didn't know if she wanted to have sex or not, I guess, because she was deaf and he couldn't tell. And I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is just, like, fucking, like, just kind of, like, rapey kind of vibe. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is just weird shit. And like, he told me that he slept with this other chick, but like, apparently she was on like, took like ZZ Quill or something to like help her sleep, and she was claiming that like she took advantage of him. I'm like, well, was she awake when you were like having sex with her? I mean, like, what is this, like fucking Bill Cosby? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just weird. And then she's like talking about how she like might have been pregnant, and then she was gonna have like an abortion, and then like this guy like starts breaking down crying to me, like full on just breaking down crying, saying that she's gonna kill his kid, and that she's just like doesn't know what it's like to like have a kid. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You're 20. You're already like fucking like 2 states away. Just call it that. Get the fuck out. Like, you got off like the fucking hook of like what would have been like some kind of like rape charge maybe. Like, dude, just fucking leave it at that. Like, this is just fucking insane. And like, yeah, he's just like, she's gonna kill my kid, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like, come to find out, like, he was gone for like a week and had like sex with her like a week before that, and I'm just like, dude, you cannot tell if someone's pregnant that long. Like, that is not, like, you can't tell. And I'm like, she's gotta be bullshitting you just so you'll go back to Oregon. And he's like, no, I don't think so. And then, I don't know, come to find out later, she was not pregnant. This was just some bullshit, of course. But it's just like, what the fuck? Like, where do you find these people? Like, I would like to know, like, what the hell? But I would like to know, like, what it is, like, where this guy goes to meet people like this. Like, this is fucking crazy. And I guess he was living with, like, some, like, lesbians when he was in Oregon, like, cause his aunt and uncle, like, apparently they were only paying him in, like, shitty-ass weed when he was working at this pot farm. I don't know, man. This is just fucking off the walls. But anyway, like, I'm sure this story is just too fucking bizarre and just crazy as fuck. So, I'm just gonna pretty much sum it up here. Like, I mean, there's some other shit that this guy did that was just, like, fucking sketchy. Like, I mean, he was crazy. Like, he tried mushrooms, and he kept telling everybody that he was, like, on a different planet because he tried mushrooms, and, like, that we could never understand who he was because he tried these mushrooms, and, like, now he's on, like, a whole nother universe than us, and that we would never be able to get it unless we tried mushrooms. And I'm like, what? Like, nah, I think you're just, like, fucking insane. Like, just, yeah, like, I mean, I don't really know what else to call him. This guy always had, like, these crazy-ass crackpot stories, like, oh yeah, like, we're, like, all connected to the universe through, like, rocks and stuff, and I'm like, there's different parts of rocks, and I'm like, what? Like, just, like, shit that wouldn't make sense. Like, I'm, like an atheist, and so I don't really believe in God, but, like, to tell me, like, this bullshit about, like, we're connected as one, like, to these planets and shit, and, like, there's different, like, life forces out there that we don't know about, and they're trying to get a hold of us. It's just like, where are you getting this information? Like, I don't even know what to think about that. Like, it's just fucking nuts. This guy was just a mind job. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the story. It's kind of fucking psycho. People are fucking crazy. I don't know how I fucking put up with this guy for so long, but good news is I quit talking to him like a year ago, and I haven't heard from him since. So, yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. This boss scared the fucking shit out of me. Like, you guys can just go ahead and finish this. I mean, this is it. But anyway, have a good one.